98.7 FM. Baraka. Yetiewo baby.
Yo, for your match. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning to all our cherished listeners and our viewers on YouTube and on Facebook. Midini Abdul Fattah Yusuf. Adekye, ye beshasi eni jumedi surunko di bremo. On Baraka 98.7 FM, you were live on 98.7 FM. Mutie free Anhujo in Sawom. Yes, undi Anhujo just opposite the Chief Palace. And Mutie free. And it's the number no say 05530523363. 05530523363. You know, say you have some consent, and I say Bibia Triwajin, and I say Bibi cry and cause one put him out. Say, you come once a man, I say, me and directing to the appropriate courtesy there. But Modia, a number no afraid. And I say Facebook posting so on Facebook pages, you know, Baraka FM 98.7 FM on Facebook and on YouTube. Because ejumano ye nyina ene ye wa hade akonya privilege bi enye say bia enimdie bi anase bibi na bide in fact enim hwe kra ejina afi na yesua ene ntino momboae na nyina no ntimi enko se fata se bia akoyie ama yesa kan mu se ene the 24th of the month of February 2026. The time is 8:54. Ye be sha see de mo jide se munim se Ramadan, yes, fasting, whole month of fasting that we are supposed to reconnect and reignite and re-energize ourselves, particularly your relationship with our Maker. So it's very, very important. And also should reflect in how we also relate to people. Until Sajidin etina yakumuma na entimi reflecti ewo ye subai ye ni NBBA until we don't see it is like a workshop, yes, where you would have to look at how you do your stuffs and then change for a better. Nyankopon mobo na onji fasting into na onti oma entimi endi nimbraso says fata. Nti ebe sha see the 7th for those who started much earlier, and also some are also 6, but there are others that we cannot mention for because but at least these two is what we can rely on. And until we any day Edisha say now, but one disturbing story Nhyira, in fact it was during the weekend, but Nhyira ekusi and no pay. It has been something that really caught the eye of the entire media landscape. Any day any enkwala yenuanom emani mema mkusku bibi kitwe bi na I say bas confusion basa obi aye de ope munkusku no munkosua de extra curriculum activities aye be at least eri be gini all works and no play ntino all these things no enye bibia o omodi ba mpenyi fo no edisan hihye na editu so na be betimi aboa so that you balance, you have a balanced life. Malam Fokwayeka say Yankopon Eka Quran mu say he wants us to be at least a bit moderate, to be in the middle, not to be hardcore, not to be so much debi. Ntino eno no idea menim it is really disturbing. Ntino nyina no is part of the engagement and yenemo ebe Baraka 90.7 FM. Deputy Minister of Education Ekasai, Director of Education, Central Region, Ekasaya, police cried almost 24 hours for the school to produce those students. Say, first saying, I'm running Makwine. Say, you go and wear, you are in school A, and you go and wear school uniform of school B to go and perpetuate an act, and later they'll be looking for you, and it becomes a. Until this area, I had my son 24 hours to produce the children who were involved in this, because what they have done, according to what she said, is a criminal act. Ntini nyina no yebeti de ese fata se be no ntimi emfantu ye na emma bibia enkod. But these are the future leaders, those who take over tomorrow. Ntino ese fata se at least in shaping them, in then guiding. We try to change some of these things. All of us went to school and we had intercourse. It was very, very entertaining, and with sports and everything. Either you win or you lose. And anytime you lose, it is a lesson for you to go back, work very hard, and then come again. But unfortunately, anytime you are defeated or you have some of failure, or you have failed your exams, and I be now I say you want to think that all friends saying all is not well. There be. And into the course no there, it's really disturbing. Into the newspaper headlines in so most of the sound bite I safatano yedi bebremo na Emma Bibia enko Jojo. Into the kind daily graphic or see airport revert to Accra International Airport. Yes, when soon enra and information we pay say they say they are buying. Say we have gone back to the actual name of the airport. It's no more Kotoka International Airport. To see the Accra International Airport. Yes, and then but and in Parliament things will go on for us to be able to have a common understanding. And also what say economy post fastest turnaround. The economists have spoken. You know, one of the economists who spoke, I think, on our sister network, na yenti dia, and also Eka about the economy so far.
Fund, it could be a sinking fund or whatever name you call it, or endowment fund or whatever, and be putting money in over time. If we had started that by now, wouldn't be borrowing. With the interest cost alone is significant. And we have to avoid this going into the future. We should also stop the idea of always going to borrow to finance cocoa. See, when you are borrowing, you are paying interest.
Baraka
And basically, you are funding somebody, funding another organization, another country. Borrowing shouldn't be the way. I mean, we've had.
Yes, we economists are Kasai what is happening with regards to the issue of the economy. That the newspaper daily graphic and so by 40 Ghanaian languages fakes extension. Teachers, you know. And then also teacher licensure exam not cancelled. We NTC. This assembly to government should enable economy, not control it. Minority leader Honorable Alexandra Afenyomakin and the assembly at the Etuja. Daily Guide also U.S. court denies Uforiata bail. So a former finance minister is still in prison, according to the Daily Guide. Say they try to at least. Omotimeti anya friends saying bail no na omato aso with regards to the issues he's having with the US, but unfortunately he has been denied bail. According to Daily Guide, was a car snatching syndicate busted, 1 killed, 4 caged. And also know the front page of the Daily Guide newspaper. Farmers head to court over cocoa price cuts. 3 arrested with 156 bales of wheat. Asemo. Government rename KI as Accra International Airport. Daily Guide newspaper. Daybreak newspaper say Afenyomakin questions government support for Gold Board. Kofi Adams orders revocation of 17 NSA appointment. Telegram deletes Russian sexy video. And also the customs commissioner sacked over tango with minister. GRE needs to know Ayawaha and also the front page of the Daybreak newspaper. Central Region GES suspend all inter-school sports after student clash at the zonal competition. Mumayanko Central Region the GES Director of Education Okasaye with regards to Enkwalano. Unfortunate incident see di basa eba ya ema ebimu pry nti mo manko Central Region san combat me anyamfoni na enkwala no kwa no, some of them got injured and were hurt no anka na yedi atu ama yetie for but mo manko na enko tie the Central Regional Director of Education, the Audituja Efa Nsemi.
The police had made some arrests.
Baraka FM.
Investigating, and I know that it might not be only the 3 students. Others may be passed. So we are still with our investigation. The police are on the ground. So we are believing that there may be others who may pass. They will get to the bottom of from different schools. Obra 12, 2, and 1 from 12 so far. So we are yet to get to.
We ending the Director of Education. Now, Mama Nkoti, the Ghana Police Service, almost no, penny pa. Ayo be about team voice and team say we there. Because we have given you 24 hours to produce the children who did this particular act, because it's a criminal act, even though they are students. But idea my no there, idea etiamra. Until moment nko COP Lydia, yes, of Ghana Police Service.
When incidents of this nature occur,
Baraka
and we have
FM.
to investigate, we have to arrest. We have a number of ways in which you can make that arrest. But because this is a school environment, we are not going to adopt one of those means. That is why I'm giving you and school authorities
Baraka FM.
that task to produce them. And if you fail to produce them, the means by which law enforcement employs to fish out suspects, we are going to adopt it. Because what we are seeing, it is not an act of indiscipline by students. It is a criminal act.
Yes.
So I don't want to storm this room.
Yes, it is a criminal act. We in indiscipline some because we ain't na buy and I say ain't trust as be man on do. Debbie. It's a criminal act. Until we na friends in police penyino edi to John say ya mama 24 hours. Munko fan kwala nambra. Na ese mbra no enye djuma na enchi o maso. Bongo DC dies after short illness. Hey, DC. When they were called there. The Observer newspaper that this has to just see Ghana records strong physical recovery in 2025. Debt falls by 82 billion Ghana cedi. National Women's Ministry's delegation pays courtesy call on gender minister. Mahama appoint Aaron Kano as acting customs commissioner at the GRA, Ghana Revenue Authority. Conflicts of interest at Cocoa Board. We su dia asefwa when I say yes asefwa demands at etu boating steps aside. Someone say deputy CEO of Cocoa Board no say on tenant because he has been accused or alleged to have been involved in something that they call conflict of interest. The Daily Searchlight in Sweden was the renaming of Kotoka International Airport vindicated Mahama attacks Ghana's democracy and promote dictatorship. And they have a very, very interesting cartoon. The Daily Searchlight and Nanopi the cartoon. Central Region GES suspend inter-school athletes after violent clashes. NACOC intercept 2 trucks carrying unapproved cigarette, drugs and chemicals in the Upper West region. The Deputy Minister of Education, Dr. Clement Apak, efa enkwalai unfortunate incident esi dudona epraprai. The Deputy Minister of Education, Dr. Clement Apak.
Something is not right, and I think we need to go back into our own history, the history of secondary education, to identify where and how the current situation came to be attractive to the extent that students are willing to engage in these acts with such brevity without fear of any sanctions. Because we cannot condone these acts. They do not augur well for the academic environment, and we cannot sit by and allow those that we expect to take over this nation as leaders to engage in these kinds of despicable conduct.
We Deputy Minister of Education, Dr. Clement Apak, and Mutini, and in Kano, our Kasaifa, the student incident. The Archives newspaper was the Mahama case, cardio center progressing at the 3 teaching hospitals. NFA board chair praises Channel 1 TV for boosting film industry with the blank scene. I am not a froster. I won't yield to cowardly conduct. We air Tanko and Oka about $2.6 million US gold dispute. Also Yanko, the National Forum, or then Ghana Standard Authority questioned over cement producers. Nurturing an entrepreneur mindsets. UPSA tackles Ghana's unemployment. Very, very important. Yes. Be organic, intellectual. Yao Nsako to today. No, I can't really mention this. Okay. languages preserved on pages. Yes. And also on the front page of the National Forum. The Dispatch newspaper also in Ghana can supply steel to entire West Africa if domestic industry thrives. Mahama. Woman Kone Nkoti ye Mampenyi Excellency John Domani Mahama or Kasa about energy and industry. Edika woman for industry no yeba na tie energy. Ye kwani na national no na yesaba na yaba nsehom adoagere de ekoswa.
The turbulence in macroeconomic policy affects your businesses. We must maintain regulatory clarity. Regulations must be clear and simple and not intended to obstruct private business. We must look at the whole structure of industrial financing and apply industrial financing reform. We must enforce fair trade, so fair trade enforcement. Governments also commit to improving infrastructure, including the roads, utilities, power, water, so that the private sector and industrial nation thrives under structurally high costs of power. This administration will accelerate energy sector debt, particularly in renewables, introduce differentiated off-peak industrial tariffs, improve transmission efficiency. Energy reform is not optional. It is foundational to Ghana's industrial takeoff. The same applies to water supply for manufacturing. We must reform the water sector and include private sector participation in the supply of industrial water.
His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and Muti Kasa about industry. The Archives newspaper so edituja and anope. Say you have an issue in our neighborhood here at Ahuju with regards to a bridge crossing to the next community. Unfortunately, situation is I say here and mwapa into the MCE and then the leadership or those who really have to ensure say adie yatimia CC no say any many ya ombo but any Mr. Gideon aka Futu ewo ahoma so ye kase. Good morning.
Good morning.
Pacho Penny bibia bakode. Great. Ye here. Oh, Baraka FM so live on friends and Facebook and YouTube. Ye ka say na I don't know what catch efa bridge ye me hu say school nkwala kra air cross.
Madam Osin Nyamisha mo pa Baraka FM Nyamisha mo. Mo pa mo to pa bridge ni there.
2019, okay.
2019 the strategic bridge no. Ya na me butu musika. Enso no esu nti me boapa me de me crop bi mo omoyi mo de nsa eyi nso no mam kakra. Na me ko to pipe a round pipe na me ma welders mo weld mami. Na me de sisi nso no me de concrete sisi nso no me ko to 2 bases kadu na me tumi ye no first me ye say moto na nipa enfa so bad se moto na bedu ho na nipa so du ho so that nipa tumi du ho so na moto du ba moto fo no
omunya botre mpentem
omunya sa me so dabi na me close bridge ne kama sa nipa nko na efa so but still moto fo no mo di takashi na di moto ne bridge no enti ma bridge no very weak but sa bridge so na boye the school for next for teachers for
now because of a tier for the omo tie no e dey na won catch himfa location area be ni
pomochopa me fa chema me twi nye papa ye wo ye fe brono se onyense yeah
okay
wo o free ahundre bag dankama
okay
ye wo dankama nichi o free Hebron so ekwa you find the hon e fa ho street
okay
eko onyensu ni obedu onyensu asa ko dakukrum ene mensama nti ye wo obetu afa doblo so aba
okay
doblo so fa doblo obedu jankama asna branch
na assemblyman wati assembly nkana
assemblyman de nyame nkwa min me name ba old one time na me ye no old assemblyman no so refi ne din
okay
also obehu ye
okay
obehu ye enti me time na me obehu no me catch you say nye penfo ka say omo boy ne ye bridge no because me na me bottom scan ye e boy na chiche obia cross e easy my so ko the basic crowd we hono ko hospital
we kwa dem from aboni bobokara na nyina begu de mi hunu
na se kura me sade me consume na de eduade ta be choki bio aso na me pass enti to pass the way mo frame say e me de mo boy enti me bridge no
but bomodi ana agami ensaka assemblyman na because ono already ade asemi beko assembly ho na o matimi aye bibi because ye kasa bia MC kwa da bia onim se bibi sa e koso e wo mu impotem ho nti na assemblyman na se mo bomodi ana mo ma yensa enka no na yentimi enbisa no se ade anyway irase na bibi won so o pesa odi ka ho ana
je me pesa kan se me fa mo chopa sana mo so assembly man ti no uma assembly nti je assembly man so line so mo assembly nti
okay
to be fact me do two social media bebre me do social media bisa me bisa help no mo boa me eni ntimi je bridge no ye car ne moto betia faso
okay yo yarase Mr. Gideon aka Photo na mutini kai we asema okay em say bridger ewo ahojo ha o say ufiri onensu nie an kwa dobru bia jankama jankama oho na de yehu yi na yenkwalai mpenyifo kwa de bia muko betimi manage ebi won kwa na bia makọ swimming training on betimi aswimi e won swimming mu but mpenyifo de sorry nkwala de titru school nkwala ya hu omu very very dangerous say bia oba wonim say oko school because of bridge wan hwe ye na say insurance beta na say mfra babo ni bebo sisi ya na yankoti asempa enti mpenyifo mbọ modia nsa o mado agiri de nim say mutia you act on it. Anyone working at the assembly, try and do this for us. Contact you. It's very very important. Urgently we address this particular issue. And I say alternatively, yempe kwa yebe faso na omontimi cross easily and sana ebia yawura in sotumbrim na anko haji. Ntini fancy ha etifo. Yedase Mr. Gideon. Yedase. You etifo ene onim say na Tuesday and Tuesday since the yapom our health issues no very very important in nchi bia no yempanyimfo no maba omubeba na yatimi adi enkomo ene enkomo no so na tuberculosis ene hu komo ene yeri umudi. But in the meantime we might share some of the stories as you have them on the newspapers. We will pursue you, arrest and bring you to justice. That is a promise IGP to criminals. IGP no kasasami. Party members opposing directive for public office holders to resign before contesting party positions are greedy. We General Secretary of the ruling NDC, a friend saying Fifi Fiavikuti, you know this has somebody to ja. Udi abain by and one position. Na upese usako contestibio. Say omo nya abain no. You can use so many tactics to win them. There's so person contested here, and the Jao position no na bra agronifum. Then share who is the best to challenge the other person to overcome and then be able to get the nod. And you know, the next idea, money and some other influences can let you win, and yet maybe you cannot help the party into getting into power. Until we need the NDC Penifono a list of top 10 best governed countries in Africa. Nigeria misses out, but Ghana is in. Hey, I like this. You know, unya the friends say, and then pay the Dispatch newspaper there, and the Bekacho say African countries are in terms of good governance, you know, yes, paper no dey why am the Dispatch they say him say you pay me senior. A friend is saying a kind of investigation pa and I say in terms of research on that from sir because Nyanko Panya Chedie he's gifted and he has been doing a lot in terms of research. You know say Yejuma issue there in na and we need the newspaper no and now no pay or the tuja because obi na no dey ka French what him say yes papa you were bang friend is saying yes the newspaper na this are somewhere tuja the BNFT newspaper BOG to embedded business model analysis in sector supervision. Activa International Insurance appoints Salifu Abubakar as acting MD. Yes, and also governor to embedded business model. I'm saying no Madikai Eddie Tuja. We air the business newspaper. Fire safety modernization gets major boost. And the Minister of Interior and Infoni at the Abata story in the home. And also the business analyst was saying passengers arrive decline in 2025. Harbour Trade records growth. BOG. That is something to job. Foreign Affairs Ministry's closes premium passport application centers in Accra, Kumasi. Government record strong 2025 fiscal performance post major macroeconomic turnaround. The Metro Lens Bongo DCE Joseph Abba confirmed dead. Police arrested suspected killers of Sami Jemfi's in-law. They have been arrested, and that's a very good one. The Hawk newspaper also the Muntaka picks who gets uniform jobs. 125,000 hopefuls left at the ministry's mercy. Hijab win for Wesley Girls Muslim. Supreme Court orders school to respect religious rights. NPP amended constitution makes no sense. We are Musa superior. The Daily Post. So see plot against Randy Abbey, Tickins, cocoa farmers and MPP supporters from Seshiwieso to be busted this time to Jubilee House to demonstrate against him. Hey, Bibia politics now. President Mahama holds dialogue with the private sector, says manufacturing must contribute to 15% of the GDP by 2030. We ended the last newspaper and now pay yedi bremotie for internet. Be see her na your nurses no yes oba krado no maba na ya dey komo about tuberculosis. You go for a short break. When we return, then my nurses and the doctors will join me on this very, very important discussion. You go for a short break.